MilkBlood. This entity is severely misunderstood. It's all about perspective. What do you see with those reflective eyes of yours? We all perceive the world differently. Every morning you wake and you gaze upon your gaze in that bright bathroom mirror. Do you see the same image that others perceive when they peer upon you? No, right? The theory I have devised will challenge your will to inspect upon the being called MilkBlood in a different light, using clues and evidence instead of the simple and flawed idea that seeing is believing. Of course, I will not state that my theory is right and what you all see is wrong, because then I'd be nothing short of a hypocrite. Now, without further ado, who or what is MilkBlood? On December 8th of 2020, MilkBlood rose like a submarine emerging through cold waters, breaking through the delicate film called the internet and into our lives. He was carefully crafted by the hands of Trevor Henderson and adopted by a specific group. This group made a page called gotmilkblood. There is where they began to tell multiple tales and statuses concerning our cute MilkBlood. I have considered each and every one of those storylines, but only one of them makes any type of sense. By saying that, I am not criticizing these stories, but on the surface, they don't add up. But only on the surface. When you start to take into consideration faint hints lying throughout the Instagram page, is when things start unraveling. I'm going to explain the situation in a way that it made sense to me. Hopefully, it'll make sense to you. His debut video played out as follows. MilkBlood appears to be stalking a couple while showing off his dancing prowess to a very catchy song. Meanwhile, bizarre things start to take place, like two unknown men wearing hazmat suits assisting his performance, and all three of them teleporting in the couple's path of escape. The video ends when the couple is out of gas and realize that there was no escaping the entity, or should I say, entities behind them. Yeah, you heard right. MilkBlood literally multiplied, and each grew to a colossal degree, towering over most buildings. Yet, he never stopped dancing, even while being on different sides of the world. But before you can start believing that he has godlike powers, something unexpected happens. In the middle of the road, there is now a bed in front of the couple, and our point of view is being lured to it. Until it happens, MilkBlood awakes. And not in some dark cave, or surrounded by mutilated corpses, but inside a boy's room. And not any boy's room, but one who wants nothing but to dance. We know this thanks to all the posters scattered throughout the room. Shortly after, his human mother walks in and wastes no time in discouraging our MilkBlood by calling him weird and saying he'll never be a dancer, all the while sporting a smile on her face, which is the opposite of how she encourages him in the video's description. So he was dreaming that whole thing up. Yet, if he was, why would he still have the same appearance while his supposed mom looks to be human? Perhaps this was all just a dream within a dream. In the video's description, it was stated that MilkBlood's mother wanted for him to follow his dancing dream Yet, why would she be so against it in the video? She even went as far as refuting his dream in a way that made it seem obvious. Even the way she said it tells us that it's not the first time she has done so, and will probably not be the last. In the coming days, another video came out, this one taking place in an office. Oddly enough, it seems the description is once again painting a very odd picture. It would seem that our lovely MilkBlood is now Keanu Reeves' assistant in an upcoming Matrix film, and his mother is still contradicting her previous demoralizing words. Has she perhaps changed her mind? Did she realize her words hold power over her son? Hopefully she had a change in character. In the video, we see MilkBlood working on his computer, typing down some unknown code. But suddenly, he stops working and gets the urge to dance, almost like he was possessed. A different but still catchy tune plays out. Soon after, reality seems to once again bend at his will, changing the color of everything in the vicinity. After the dance is complete, we see him lying down on the floor, completely immobile. Everything is back to its original state. This all seems very odd, almost to the point of being comedic, entertaining even. Yet, there is more to it than what meets the eye. Especially after another post was uploaded. This one containing a clip of the original video, but what's important is actually located in the description. Here, the following sentence is found. In an office space far, far away from where his mom can judge him, MilkBlood is twerking his little heart out. Though most people will focus on the twerking part, what's really interesting is the first part of this sentence. His mother hasn't changed. She is still the same judgmental individual. Something is very wrong here. At first glance at this Instagram page, you might be led to believe that MilkBlood is actually a demon, who's at fault for inducing mass hysteria to humans in the vicinity. But the two posts that back this story up aren't even canon, since it was written by a third party. They should not be confused for the individuals that own the page, which is a reason why I believe the idea of him correlating with those incidents in the past do not make sense. And even if it was canon, MilkBlood wouldn't be able to have a human mother, since the first dancing plague took place in the year 1518, making MilkBlood at least 500 years old. And if he was a demon, why would he let a human constantly bring him down? Is it for retribution, perhaps? It doesn't make sense. There is also the fact that he doesn't care about anything besides his mother's approval and dancing. Why would a demon of all beings care about something as flimsy as retribution? After using all of my brain power, I figured it out. Or at least, I think I did. With all the information available, something finally clicked. MilkBlood, this disturbingly feminine creature who is also quite charismatic, is actually a human. Before I go any further, let me explain why I reached this conclusion. To do that, I must gather the important points which allowed me to think up this theory. Number 1. The only other people who have witnessed MilkBlood affecting reality with his dancing were all part of MilkBlood's dream. Number 2. His mother calls him weird and dashes his dream constantly with a smile on her face. Number 3. MilkBlood being Keanu Reeves' assistant in the upcoming Matrix movie is not possible, especially by the way he is portrayed helping out in an office, writing an unknown code, instead of being inside a studio. Number 4. His appearance is vastly different from his mother's or even all the other humans that have been shown on screen. Number 5. His mother supports him sometimes, even encouraging his dream, but only through written text, while the only time he has been seen interacting with her, she dashes his dreams. Number 6. His dances are impulsive, springing up in odd places, often with little to no warning. And the last one, number 7. When he sometimes dances, reality seems to bend and change, only to go back to normal afterwards. Can you see it? The pieces are there, just a bit scattered. Although this all seems random and contradictory, what I believe to be the truth remains semi-visible. MilkBlood is a human, one with heavy psychological trauma. MilkBlood is most likely suffering from severe psychotic episodes, which affects what he believes is real. Visible hallucinations, auditory hallucinations, and delusions are all symptoms of psychotic episodes. This illness would explain how he perceives himself and why his surroundings change once in a while. Not to mention why he not only believes that his mother wants the best for him, but also that he, at a very early age, and with no experience, managed to land a position as Keanu Reeves' assistant. And, even as an adult, he somehow still needs his mother's approval in order to go to dance camp? This illness most likely sprung up due to his mother's constant demoralizing words, which completely disregards a popular quote from the Christian Recorder of 1862. "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never break me." Words have actually done a number on him. I believe that since at an early age, MilkBlood sought his mother's approval, like all boys do. This longing for acceptance slowly made him adopt the delusional mindset of that as long as he does what is told of him, that he will have mother's acceptance and be able to follow his dream. His self-image slowly deteriorated with each spiteful remark. He soon only saw himself as the weird individual that his mother sees. He was poisoned by her dangerous words, and unlike most people that would be strong enough to shrug such remarks aside, he fell deeper with each word. He only had one goal: to be accepted and to dance. Dance like no mothers are watching. If only it was this much. But there's more. These simple delusions started to drastically worsen. Now, every once in a blue moon, he will find himself losing connection with reality. The video marked as Boiler Room shows exactly that. MilkBlood is portrayed to be working at an office. A lot of time has passed, and instead of being out there, dancing, and following his dreams, he is stuck in a plain and boring office, working hard in order for his mother to let him go to dance camp. Even as an adult, he is still being led astray by his mother. He's only escaping his mind, which has recently lightened his burden by convincing him that he is working with his idol, Keanu Reeves on an upcoming Matrix film. And suddenly, while he is working, it happens. A psychotic episode begins. He starts experiencing visual and auditory hallucinations. He can't help but forget about everything, even his mother. For this is his moment to shine. No one is there to judge him. All the stress he has accumulated is being released in a beautiful explosion of colors and dance moves. He dances until he can't move no more, at which point everything goes back to normal. But for how long will this go on for? Will he ever be free of her psychological grip? That I do not have an answer to. We can only cheer this innocent soul on and hope that he will be released from his torment, so that perhaps one day he can heal and see himself as he is, and not the weird son his mother sees him as. This was a sad theory to work on. No matter how I tried to see it, there was no other way this could have played out differently, while remaining true to the pieces of evidence provided. Perhaps I missed something, or perhaps I jumped the gun. If you find another way this could have played out, let me know. I'll be more than happy to indulge your theory. This has been MilkBlood, a confused boy who, in spite of his mother's constant manipulation, is still true to his one and only dream: to dance. Sorry for not keeping up with my uploading schedule. There's been a few things on my plate, but I will strive to bring you more entertaining content. Stick around. I promise you won't regret it. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, I encourage you to subscribe and remain notified for all future uploads. Don't forget to join my Discord server. Here you can talk to others that are just like you. If you'd like to keep track of MilkBlood's journey, I suggest you follow him on social media. I'll have the links in the description. This video's phrase was chosen by none other than my great friend Billy Styler. Thanks for participating, Billy. Here it comes. Me waiting for the boys to ready up in the lobby.